La realtà è che se tu volessi, tu potresti fare più soldi, potresti vivere meglio e soprattutto dovresti volere più soldi con uno scopo nobile. Per cosa guadagni questi soldi? Per chi guadagni questi soldi? Ciao ragazzi, hello everybody. We are here with Calvin Becerra, the one and only Calvin Becerra. If you don't know him, search him on social media, on YouTube and everything. He's a beast, he's a monster of, direct selling business and more. So I'm here with him just to share with you some concepts. So the first question for you is, how simplicity works in business? Because you've done several businesses and you've succeeded in many of them. So what's your thought about simplicity? Because people try to complicate things, and always try, to find the right thing, the right leadership skill. But talking about simplicity, what's your thought on that?
Well, in my business, I've been extremely successful in helping other people become successful, in creating my own businesses and in starting other businesses by finding out the key concepts for people to be successful, or the key action steps that, when repeated over and over again, bring in revenue to a company, bring people or customers into a company to have success. But everything is about keeping it simple. And it always comes down to numbers, I think, in any business, It's always about mathematics in numbers. When you're trying to be successful in business, it's about revenue and sales. Really, that's what it's about, right? So, if you bring in a lot of revenue, then it's about making less sales. If you want to make this business really difficult on yourself and bring in low revenue, then you're gonna have to bring in more sales. For me, I like taking the easier road, okay? And in any type of business, it's about searching for quality rather than quantity, okay? Searching for quality. And if you want a long-lasting business, it's about making a quality sale, right? That lasts forever, that keeps repeating itself. And most of the time, like I said, it's about driving a higher revenue base with a lower quantity, and it's just, everything's about being simple. For instance, in my business, okay, it's about two metrics. It's volume and it's people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And real estate, I think, is what the same.
Real estate the same. My business.
Either you sell, small prices houses, or either.
So in real estate, for me, that's a great example right there, right? So it was about having a really a niche customer base, a high quality customer base. With a high value real estate and just a lower amount of volume, right? Which meant less work on my part, but just focused on quality. But also in direct sales in business, okay? It's about volume and people. So I don't have to build as big of a team as most people do, with all of the headaches and stresses that come with it, if I focus on volume. Right? If I teach people how to get started in this business the right way, by investing in themselves and their business with the highest package that's going to bring them the most benefit, I don't have to build as big of a team.
Yeah.
I don't have to have all the headaches. I have more time freedom to spend with my family.
Yeah.
So it's
also
always,
because the less clients you have, less headache you have.
Yes, of course. Right. And if you have high quality clients, right, that understand the value of investing the right way, or the value of purchasing the bigger package, then you're gonna have a much easier business to go. But it's always about keeping things simple. But everything always, it doesn't matter what business it is, everything always comes down to math. It's just numbers, right? What is the quickest way for me to get to the top of the mountain? What is the quickest way for me to be successful? When you know the answer, then it's always about, it's about revenue, and it's about, the number of sales you're gonna make. And it's just always been kept that simple. So my teams have always been successful just understanding that. And there are two roads to take: the harder road or the easier road. I choose to take the easier road.
Yeah. Because it takes the same amount of effort, I think, to sell a higher package or a lower package, or to sell a higher price house or a lower price house. So yeah, just mindset about, I think, about money.
Yes.
Sometimes people are scared to ask for, high level money, let's say that.
I always tell people, don't build scared, build honest. People are going to do whatever you tell them to do. If you're the professional in that business, they want you to lead them to the right package or the right product. They want you to lead them to the sale. But if you're worried about what they're going to think, or if you're worried about them scared because of the price, you're going to lose. Okay, because they expect you to lead them in the right direction. So build honest, don't build scared.
Yeah. How much you think the money issue is in the mind of who sells, rather than in the mind of who buys?
There you go, bro. Good job. You get it down right. Yeah, the money issue is never about the person who's paying, who's spending the money. It's always in the person who's asking for the sale.
Yeah.
It's their own limiting beliefs
Yeah, give
that
them
hold them
like-
back. And the thing is, what's in your mind isn't necessarily in the client's mind. The client is expecting you to lead them in the right direction. So you have to remove all of your own limiting beliefs and give them the honest opinion of what they should do, and they're going to do it.
And another key concept he says like all the time, every time I hear you, like you nailed it. Like he talks about the 10,000 hours concept, meaning you cannot become a professional without putting in the right time. So what about this?
Yeah, that was something I learned, that a CEO of a company I worked for had actually given me this book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. And in this book, Outliers, he put a bookmark in there in the chapter titled 10,000 Hours. And he said, Calvin, read this book, read this chapter. It will change the trajectory of your business and your life. And I read that chapter, and it taught me about an important concept of the 10,000 hour rule. And in there, psychologists and scientists studied the most successful people in the world, the most talented and gifted people in the world of all different walks of life, whether it's professional athletes, professional musicians, entrepreneurs, or even high-paid corporate people. And they said that as people studied these people's life stories and everything it took to become successful, they realized how less of a role innate talent plays in someone's success, meaning that no one's born successful, no one's born talented, no one's born with these crazy skill sets that allows them to become a champion. They had to practice to get there. They had to put in hours to get there. And what they learned was how big of a role preparation plays in someone's success. The amount of hours someone puts into working on that craft until they've hit pay dirt, until they've become successful. And they've narrowed it down to a number of hours, and that's 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
You will never, ever, you should never expect results of very successful people in terms of income, influence, or anything that has to do with success until you put in your 10,000 hours. But the cool part about your 10,000 hours is the entire way you're improving your life, you're getting better at skill sets, you're earning more money until you've got there.
And the easier it gets.
Yeah, easier it gets. So most people want the result that 10,000 hours gives them. But they're not focused on what 100 hours or 1,000 hours gets them. If you focus on getting to the 10,000 hours with the intention of, with every hour you put in on getting better and better and better at the skill sets and on what you're doing, by the time you get to 1,000 hours, 2,000 hours, 3,000, 5,000, and then 10,000, your life keeps changing and changing and changing and changing. Your results, your skill sets, and so is your income. It's just understanding that there's no such thing as overnight success. Success comes over the course of many, many nights, but really over the course of many, many hours.
Yeah, and you say always a sentence which is hard work made it easy.
Yeah, hard work made it easy. Yeah, that's what
Such
people,
a
what's
wonderful
the secret? Hard work made it easy.
Yeah.
You know,
and how many people you see quitting before the 10,000 hours?
More than half.
Yeah.
More than half, right? People don't even give it 10 hours, not even 100 hours before they quit. But yeah, I always say, hard work made it easy, and that's the reality of it, kid. There's nobody. The only thing that separates the highest producing people from the lowest producing people is how hard he or she is willing to work. If you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to put in the time, but being intentional and mindful and purposeful about getting better in those hours and divorcing the result, separating yourself from the result, just focused on the process, the more the results will just start to come.
And does the learning curve goes faster and faster the more you go on?
Of course, right? The more practice makes perfect. It's just like anybody practicing, a child practicing a sport for the first time, right? They don't even know what they're doing. They're doing everything wrong, but the more hours they put in, the more days they show up to practice, the more it just becomes a natural ability to them.
Yeah.
It becomes like a second language to them.
Yeah.
Anything you put your hours into is going to become like another language for you that naturally you just do without thinking about it.
Amazing, really amazing. So learn the exponential growth through the 10,000 hours, because the exponential growth you'll have is going to be amazing. Thank Calvin.
No problem. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Let's go.
See ya.